Welcome to Celebrity Interviews with Paul. I have with me today Emily and John, owners of Modern Natural Baby in Ferndale, and my wife loves watching your videos. Welcome, Emily and John.
Thank you, Paul. We really appreciate you asking us to do this.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great actually talking to you. Mostly, I just get to listen. So, how's life in the pandemic for you guys and your family?
It's harder. Everything's harder, right? Everything we do is harder. Business is not really declined. It's just what we do is
it's different.
Harder. We ship things. We have to think of the next thing we got to do to stay ahead of the curve, whether it be bringing in 1,000-piece puzzles at a baby store or just what's next, what's the hot item. And Emily's been pretty good as far as finding what people are going to want, like in the summertime, what they're going to be wanting in winter, and knowing that maybe that's a chance that that's going to happen. And so I think our success lies a lot into like looking into the future a little bit and saying, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. It's and of course that's hard because you can't plan anything these days, because every time you plan something, it shifts. Right. The ground moves under your feet. So, well, you said everything's changed. You know, as a class, I mean, you are a small business, right? You're like if you close your eyes and picture a small business, most people don't picture, you know, a $50 million business with 300 employees, which is also a small business. But you're like the Main Street small business.
Yeah.
So has the pandemic, how has it changed things for you then? You said you're shipping. You're doing stuff online. What else has changed?
So in March, we had to close. We were closed for, till mid-June or late June. We decided to reopen. And we really had to change, we went from being primarily a brick and mortar store that people shopped inside of to 100% online sales. And curbside pickup.
So just to be clear, from March until June, you guys did nothing. You weren't in the store. You weren't selling anything from March till June.
Right.
Before that time, we had about 2% online sales, right? And then that just to 100% online sales.
So we went, 100% of our business was from our website. I mean, most of those were, probably, would you say 50% of it was curbside pickup and 50% of it we shipped.
And we also delivered.
And we were doing some deliveries too, just making it, getting things to people any way they needed us to, basically.
Right.
So then we had laid off all of our employees at that time. So it was just John and myself doing that. That was hard.
Yeah, I bet. Well, in a small store, that's gotta you're laying off friends, right?
Yeah.
It was good for us in the fact that everybody who was laid off,
they wanted to be,
they didn't want any part of that.
All of a sudden they had kids out of school. They need,
right.
So, a lot of our, all of our employees had children, and their shifts kind of worked around the schedule that they had. And all of a sudden they lost childcare in every way,
Right.
Even
the domino effect of everything, right?
Even if it was parents watching their kids or whatever. So we had no childcare, and we didn't want everybody's kids running around the store either. So we just
You mean you don't want toddlers running around a store full of toys? So I skipped ahead of myself. I should have given you guys a chance. Modern Natural Baby, it sounds like it's a baby store. What was your founding vision? Where did you start, and where are you now? And where did it come from?
Well, it started when I always say that, but we had a baby.
She had the baby. I was with
her. You did the work, Emily. Trust me. John just stood by and watched.
Yeah.
So he was born in 2008, and I wanted to cloth diaper him. I had a hard time finding cloth diapers. So in 2009, we opened an online cloth diaper store. It was in our basement, and it was online, but almost all of our business was local Ferndale business. So we decided we should look into a actual storefront so we could stop, meeting with people at the house.
It got weird, right? It got weird. Why are people going to their house all day and giving bags?
Right.
So we opened our first store in 2010 in Ferndale on Woodward. It was 900 square feet of just cloth diapers. You wouldn't think that that would be a successful business plan, but
you didn't get a lot of capital. You know, the investment bankers didn't come calling and said, "Let us throw you money."
Right. Yeah. No.
I remember somebody who was doing decals on their windows. I overheard them saying 6 months. You know what I mean? But that was good. I liked hearing that, right? Because then you're like, oh yeah, you're on.
Yeah. We'll show you 7 months.
7 months in 14 days. Yeah.
So now you're in a bigger store and you sell. What all do you carry now?
So yeah, we moved from that store to a store in between then and now, and then now we're in a 5,000 square foot store, and we sell everything that you need for a baby: strollers, car seats, toys, clothes, teethers, feeding supplies. Plus,
I was gonna say, my wife tells me you sell everything you need for babies, and that would include wine glasses for the moms and dads.
Yes.
Exactly. So
that's so good.
Yeah. So and well, really, I mean, we started into mom stuff because they were the people shopping in our store, and we sell pregnancy things and breastfeeding things, and it just became into, you know, we have this little mom section too. And then we decided that, you know, kids with babies have older kids, and those babies grow into older kids. So we started carrying toys for bigger kids too. We started small for just like, you know, older sibling gifts and things, but it kind of kept going into bigger kid toys. And we have a lot of things. And about half of our store is toys. So
we've been here since 2010. My wife's a lactation consultant. I know for a while she was teaching some classes in your store. You guys let her use some space there and some kind of deal negotiated. I know that I've heard of you guys, and, you know, because in the background with my wife Brandy talking about lactation stuff, but you really have become part of my life lately in the pandemic, because my wife, who really doesn't have much reason to shop at your store except for like extended family, because our youngest turns 15 soon. Right. But my wife loves your videos. Yeah. She loves the banter. She gives me the play-by-play. She loves the way John is always getting cut off by Emily because he's not doing it right for whatever reason. We can tell that they are very unscripted, and the production value not exactly through the roof. In fact, it's right up there with celebrity interviews with Paul. But where did that come from, and what difference does that make? So in March, we decided that when we closed, we had to get people shopping somehow. Right. And we didn't know how to do that if you can't tell what we have. And our website is a little bit overwhelming because we have a lot of products. We have 5,000 square feet worth of products.
31,000 products, right? So how does somebody know how to shop?
Where to begin on that website? So we just decided we would start doing Facebook Live videos and just show what we had. And in March, you know, we had Easter coming. So we started with like, this is what you're going to want for your Easter baskets. We've never been that, for whatever reason, we aren't that good at Easter. We always bring stuff in, but people don't seem to do a lot of Easter shopping with us until this year. We sold every Easter thing we had out that we've never sold before. Like we severely under-ordered Easter products because of, you know, past history. And I mean, I think everybody that's ever shopped with us filled their Easter basket with stuff from our store this year. It was insane. And we were like, wow, this is working. And so we just kept doing it.
But we did it first on just survival, right?
Right.
We said it's like, if you don't do something, you are going to go out of business, right? Like we knew that if we don't do something, and it might be the biggest motivator ever, right? You're like, we need to. And so we did some amazing, crazy things that we never thought we would do. We're like, pickup. We've been curbside pickup. We're like, we should do this 5 years ago. We said, we should do this. And then they were like, we're doing curbside pickup. You know, we're doing things that were awesome.
Well, you know, I would have never been able to sell my congregation on live streaming worship and then the funds we needed to be able to fund. I mean, like it happened in 3 days. We're throwing videos up on YouTube for worship. You know, it just we've all it's amazing, and some of those wonderful innovations. So my wife wants to know when you're having like the grown-up mommy night celebration, right? The wine glasses and all the grown-up stuff. You guys can do one of those shows?
Gave us that idea, yeah. We started hearing from people, we love your videos, you know, and they would give us ideas and things. And so we're like, wow, people are actually watching these. And,
and then we don't have to think of what's coming up next, right? Because Randy said that, we're like, of course we should do an after dark.
Yeah.
So when we closed, so we're closed right now again. We closed for a second time, and that's why we're doing the videos now. And we decided, you know, we have to go back to the videos. So we're doing them twice a day now. And
so I, in the middle of it, in spite of inserting myself in the middle of the interview and conversation, so we started using the language, we're not closed. The church isn't closed, but we have suspended in-person worship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that to tell people we're open, and the church is doing the church's work. We're still serving the community. We're still feeding people. We're still meeting in small groups. We're just doing it differently, right? We're still having Sunday morning worship. It just looks different. And I think I want to challenge you guys. You need to figure out a better word to say than to say you're closed, because you guys aren't closed. You're still selling all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Paul, you make a good point, because we said, oh, by the way, we're closed again. And there's like 5 people who lost their minds, right? It's closing. We're like, no. We're open for pickup, right?
So maybe afterwards we'll brainstorm and come up with some better language, some better messaging for you, because you're not closed.
Well, we're closed for in-store shopping.
Yeah.
Right. So, but maybe you've suspended in-store shopping.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's going to come back, right?
Numbers
so don't
language is closed.
Yeah, absolutely. Has this changed your relationship with your customers? Do you think of them differently?
We've always known that they were loyal. We always known that they were insanely loyal, and they'll always go to bat for us. But we're doing very well, and our store is closed, right? Like that shouldn't happen.
We didn't know how loyal they would be, because it's so easy to order from Amazon and get it in 2 days. And we're asking them to come pick it up curbside. I mean, we will ship, but you know, then that's why we started delivering. So we're like, well, if Amazon can do it, we can do it faster.
We're going after them.
But I mean, that was hard. We're not delivering right now. We were delivering in the spring.
Sure.
It was
suspended that.
We've suspended that.
We may go back to it, but right now we've suspended it.
It was just a lot of work.
But you said on one of your videos the other night that your Wednesday before Thanksgiving was better than your previous Black Friday.
Yeah.
It was our best day ever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It really
Wednesday,
was. Well, so I mean, we started our Black Friday sale on Wednesday because we figured if it's all going to be online, we're going to lose a lot of money. First of all, we just expected this would not be the same. So let's give them a few extra days. Normally our sale is Friday and Saturday. That's it.
Yeah.
We extended it. We started it on Wednesday, and it will continue through Sunday. And we were blown away by the amount of people that shopped on Wednesday.
So it sounds like really you've done something over the years of being in Ferndale. You've developed a community through your store, through the different people you've had in, through relationships and all that. And in the midst of the crisis and the pandemic, your customers are rallying. That group of loyal people are rallying to support what you do.
Well,
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Great.
Really good. I mean, the first time we didn't know if we would survive. We didn't know how we could do this. Once we did survive that, we knew that we could do it again and still be okay. But it's just more than that. We're more than okay. And people are just like, the first time they were like, you guys are not going to go out of business while I'm here. So I'm going to support you. I mean, we had people ordering every day, the same people.
But we're very similar in our situations, and the fact that we could stay open, right? We're not mandated to close, but there comes a point in time when you're like, it's too close to me. I know people and they're not doing well for it. And you're doing the same thing, right? You can stay open, but these are tough decisions. And I think our customers are looking at us and saying, whatever they believe, right? Like whatever they believe, they know that we're making a tough decision, and it's not gonna, we're not doing it for financial reasons, right? Like we personally believe that maybe somebody could get really, really sick in our store, and it might be us, it might be an employee, it might be one of our guests, one of our customers, and we're not willing to take that chance. And I feel people look at it and say, and the same thing with you, right? You could stay open, but there's a part of you that's saying, is it right? I'm going to lose money. I might go out of business, but is it the right thing to do? And and that's where.
Well, and I think because we just, you know, the last time the governor spoke, now I'm forgetting when it was, and closed the restaurants like a week ago or a week and a half. That's when we decided to close in-store shopping, and I think that we were scared to do that because she wasn't closing us down, and no other retail was really closing. It's a hard thing to do when not everybody's doing it, because then how do you get the word out? How do people, you know?
Well, you do Facebook Live videos is how you get the word out.
Right. You have people interviewing you. Yeah.
We did a video. We posted it on everywhere. We sent emails, and the response to that was beyond amazing. I figured that we would get some negative feedback because not everything was closing. But we literally got nothing. It was all, you guys are making the right decision. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And I really think that some of our good sales now are because they want to support the decisions that we've made, and they trust. Awesome. They think that it was a good one.
They're gonna have to write business books about this. We don't know what to do, right? There's nothing that we can look in the past and say, well, you know what you're supposed to do, and we found this. We're just like. I
was supervising an intern, a seminarian who's on his way to becoming a pastor, and in the spring, and I'd say to him, well, you know, the last time I was in a global pandemic and they closed everything. You know, like, what are we gonna do with this nonsense? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, what a crazy thing! Pardon me?
We're writing the rules right now. This is what people are probably follow time later.
And we're trying stuff. Right? And some of it we're going to keep, and some of it isn't going to work. But if you don't, like you started with your videos, if you don't do anything, you're done.
Right.
So you got to try something. So what are you taking with you into the future? Don't tell me the videos go away. I mean, maybe less frequent, but they stay, don't they? What happens in a year from now? What are you going to use that you've learned in the pandemic in a year?
Curbside is staying, right? Like curbside will always stay. It was easy. We don't know why we didn't pull the trigger. Our website's a lot better.
Yeah, we keep up on our website better than we did before. Because we have to.
We have pictures sometimes. You know, we're like, whatever. But now you're like, no, this is, and we should have always been that way. But it's who has the time, right? I'll get to it.
We will probably always carry 1,000-piece puzzles in large quantities.
We are the capital of 1,000-piece puzzles. If your congregation is looking for a 1,000-piece puzzle and they can't find it, it's because Modern Ezra Baby probably has all.
Well, there's some Pat Mays. We'll have to tag Pat Mays on that. She's my big puzzle person. So we'll remind her where to find puzzles. Curbside pickup in Ferndale.
Well, but seriously, in the spring, we usually have because we sell a lot of kids puzzles, and one of the brands that we work with makes these really high quality, beautiful 1,000-piece puzzles. So we would always have 2 or 3 in stock for Christmas time usually, and whatever.
I know, I did 2 of them. I did the Paris scene and the round one with the birds that was like 500.
Paris is our most popular puzzle.
They're not easy.
I'll sell it back to you.
You could probably sell them online pretty easily. Yeah.
So those 2 puzzles that we had sold out like the day we closed, and we're like, people are going to want to do puzzles. And I don't know if we got it like ahead of the game or what, but we ordered a ton of puzzles.
We went from 2 to 200.
We ordered more like 30 or 40, and we did a video, and they sold out in like 10 minutes. And we're like, oh my gosh. So we bought literally hundreds of puzzles. We're like, awesome. Is this enough? And I don't know, but people found us all over the country. We ship puzzles now all over the country. Like, people know they can get puzzles from us in California. I don't know. And
maybe you need to open another store that's 900 square feet of puzzles.
Right. Modern Natural Baby and Puzzles.
it's also the
Modern natural puzzles.
Jellycat plush. It's a stuffed animal plush line that we have. For some reason, that went crazy too. We send those all over the country now. It's like we rank really high in Google on Jellycat and puzzles.
Did you always aspire to that?
Yes.
Emily always has ordered too much Jellycat, and I'm always like, Emily, you order way too much Jellycat. And
I think in the pandemic it happened. It was Easter time, right? And people were looking for these stuffed animals, and we were the only people that had some of them because I order so much.
That's awesome.
But now we're known as people that sell Jellycat.
And buy too much Jellycat.
There you go. Well, my last question for folks is always the same. I always ask them, where do you find joy these days?
I feel like it's everywhere, but I feel like now everything's slowed down a little bit, and you see it more, right? Like I feel like you really find joy. But I think I love having Emily do interview, like the whole interview process. Basically, I can say whatever I want, and she's more straight shooter. She's like, "Let's get this done," and I'm like, "Oh, how about this?" And so you can see our relationship. We're not faking this. It's authentic, right? Like the eye roll. She can't stop me, right?
Right.
She doesn't see me. Like she doesn't know I exist because she's in a zone.
Like Brandy was saying, I cut him off all the time. I'm not meaning to. I literally don't even know he's talking.
Well, it's even the way you guys are positioned on the screen because Emily's a little bit ahead of John.
I don't know. I'm getting better at that because at first I was like, I didn't even know you were actually like saying something. Or we'll watch the video later and I'm like, I didn't hear you say that. I don't know.
But she's always in a zone, right? It's like a Michael Jordan zone. You don't mess. You see Scottie Pippen it. You go to the side,
Focus in.
Like,
that's awesome.
If it need to. But it works. I mean, but the joy of the family, I think you realize what's
slowing
important.
down and like our kids are involved in so many sports. And honestly, we were really disappointed that everything was canceled, but it has given us time to slow down and enjoy our family, enjoy our home more than,
and spend hundreds of hours together at work together and then come home.
There you go.
But we're good. Some people can't do it. We can do it. And that's the thing is we always knew we kind of could do it, and we can.
Good for you. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that a small business in Ferndale is surviving and thriving in the pandemic. And it's a testimony to the hard work you guys have put in over the years, the relationships you've made, and the gift you've given. So thank you for all you've done for the community. And thank you for being part of Celebrity Interviews with Paul.
Sure.
You are a great interviewer.
Yeah.
Can I just say,
Oh, absolutely. Well, I didn't hear that very well, John. Could you say that again?
Thank you.
We are going to do Brandy's idea.
Yeah.
Of the after hours.
And we're going to go all out. We're going to maybe put pajamas on. I mean, we're totally,
we'll be down for it. We'll be watching that one live, I guarantee. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.